Welcome back to the channel. Today we're repairing one of these Cyclops lift levers right here. This part number is 719-3097. They have a tendency, they break the pin that holds the blades or the levers that hook up to them, mainly for the Haben push blades. So we're going to replace it. We're going to use a bolt, and I'm going to cut the head off here, and I'm going to put a nut on this side right here, and then I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm going to weld it. And the reason I'm going to do that is so, just like this one, that bolt was, or that pin was busted off inside there, and you'll be able to screw it right out. Now, luckily, this one here, I put it in a vise and I could work it loose. So we're going to put it together. This side here faces towards the outside, and you can see it says 1782. It actually came with that machine that I push snow with, and I have quite a few videos on that machine. So we're going to screw that in there, and actually I'm going to put some lubrication on it. Then we're going to cut this side off first. Now, I'm not going to tighten it up. I'm just going to put it in about that tight right there. Now we're going to trim off that head right there. That made a nice job. Now I'm going to make sure it's tight. Put the nut on there. This is 7/16 coarse thread. Now I'm going to cut that threaded area off. Now we're in pretty good shape. Now, I made this one here a tad longer than I probably should have, but actually it'll probably work a little bit better, and they'll be able to stack some washers on there. So it'll be okay. You should probably make them a tad shorter than that. But let's weld that nut on there, and then we're going to install it on the machine. In pretty good shape right there. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to grease this rock shaft right here. You just put the grease gun, you push the pedals down just a little bit, and you squeeze it right through there. Now, it's a good idea on these rock shafts. I would probably grease them twice a year. This is the way you want to put it on. The part number will face on the inside. It'll go right in. And it went on that fast. So I'm going to actually start it up, and I'm going to move it so clockwise, so actually I can put the bolts right in. And they are the Allen type bolts. This will make it a lot easier. Now it's going to take a 1/4 inch hex. Now you can see there's a lot of grass. There's some goldenrod on the machine. I used it to mow with a mop mower yesterday. And if you get a chance, check out that video. It's really good. There's one. For some reason, them countersinks won't go in there. Let me loosen that one up just a tad. I've never had that before. Now it's time to drain the oil out. Now I'm going to show you a picture of how far it's tucked underneath. It's tucked underneath the front axle. I'm going to use a 19 millimeter, and actually I'm going to use an International Harvester wrench, and I'll show you a picture of that. I have a set of metric International Harvester wrenches. I have quite a few sockets also. So I'm going to get it draining, and then we'll take the side panel off, and we'll get the filter changed. Now this oil here probably did not need to be changed, but while it's in here, I'm going to do it. That oil is really good, actually. It's a little black, but it's really actually good. So it's going to take 3.1 quarts, and we're going to get the filter off next. Now we'll get this panel off, and we'll unscrew the filter. I checked, I don't have the right cup to take the filter off, so what I'm going to do is just use a pair of channel locks. Now you're going to make a little bit of mess. We're going to take the filter off. It's located right below the alternator, and I wish I had a set of cups for it, but I'll just use this pair of channel locks. Now I've owned this machine. This is the 4th oil change, and the reason it's the 4th oil change, when I received this, it had been sitting pretty close to 10 years. And I decided that it did have a little bit of moisture in the oil. So about 3 oil changes later, I had it, and I was pretty happy with it. So we're going to let that drain just for a few minutes. We're going to get the new filter ready. Now it's time to put the filter on. We're going to put a PXL 57092. It's a cheaper brand of wicks. I particularly like a wicks better. Probably should have put a regular wicks on, but I think this will be good. I don't use the machine very hard, so. Now this is synthetic oil right here. I saved the containers because they have a little bit of oil left in them, so it'll make it perfect. So you want to always lubricate the O-ring, and the reason why you always want to lubricate the O-ring, so if you put them on dry, the filter is going to come off extremely hard the next time. If you lube these up, they'll usually come right off, and they'll seal up just a tad better. Now one thing nice about these Kubotas is it's easy to service them. That's one thing that they really have. They're very easy to service. So we're in pretty good shape. We're going to put the plug back in. We're going to put 3.1 quarts in it, and we're going to start it up after that. The oil right in the valve cover. I'm going to put 10W30 in it, and I'm not going to put synthetic oil in it. While that's draining, we're going to take this side panel off, and we're going to check the oil. Chance, check out the video I just made the other day. I have a gentleman making these side panel pegs, and I'll show you where they go. In fact, this one here needs 1 peg put in it, but it's busted out a little bit too far. But we're making these aftermarket pegs now, so you'll be able to repair. I have a video how to do it. We had the first prototype show up the other day, and they work perfectly. Pull the dipstick out, and we'll check it. And we look like we're okay, so we're in pretty good shape. So let's start it up and see how she runs. The oil light went out. believe we're in pretty good shape. Now, if you're new to the channel, I made this muffler. It came in with just this elbow here and just a little bit inside. So I took a pipe and I made it and bought a tip, an exhaust pipe, and then I welded it all together. And to be honest with you, I love the sound of it. So if you're new to the channel, this is why this 2182 sounds a little bit different than the rest of them. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And like always, we'll see you on the next video.